If you're looking for professional day trading education, high level trade analysis, and dissection, you've come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you exactly that high level professional day trading education, all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight, we're going to be going over basically how to make money going long on a big, dirty red day in the market. So let me show you how. So I hope you all had a wonderful day. Give me 2 seconds just to fire up these charts and we will rock and roll. Okay, so now that we're into the charts, give me 2 more quick seconds, 2 seconds. Okay, let's do this. So took a couple of trades here on SPY. Now, there were opportunities on Qs, but ended up opting for SPY, and I will explain why here in a minute. So the very first trade, now something that we've been working on and just proving, it was more of a lesson in our mentoring live class that I hold every Sunday about pre-market lows holding. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to hold and go up a mile. It just means that you will get a reaction at pre-market lows. It's the nature of the market. And at some point, it is going to go out of style. Setups go in and out of style all the time. That's why it's not a great idea to be trading based solely off of setups. Now, I will trade a setup, but it is still based off of my strategy. So, long story short, let me get zoomed in here on SPY and right into pre-market lows. We open up, we come down, execute that long, comes up, comes down into the 9 EMA. That was kind of it. And then stopped out on the rest. So very quick, nice trade. Overall, locking in $1,356 on that. Now, the main trade on this was the 20 SMA. Okay, so the 20 SMA was roughly right there. So we open here. It kind of pops up and tests multiple times. And then from high of day, it comes straight down into the 20 SMA. I don't care if it's rejected resistance, and you'll have people say, oh, well, it's an obviously clear short. The problem is if you're going to short this, right? So let's say I'll clean this up here for a sec. So let's say you go short into that level. All right. Well, you're shorting into support. What you need to do, and what we were actually waiting for, was a break and then a retracement back up to test those moving averages, that 9 EMA, 5 EMA, as well as some other resistance there. We didn't get it. So we would like to go short in these situations. It did happen later on, but I'm no longer interested at 10:15 in the morning to execute trades. I'm already finished by then. So executing a short while you are basically just above support is a recipe for disaster. Now, one of the hardest things to really grasp and wrap your head around as a new trader that struggles with consistency is getting rewarded for taking trades that are technically unsound. And technically, that is an unsound trade. Now, we also did have support right here on Qs, right there. There is support there. So again, we wanted it to break and come back up to bump its head into moving averages, as well as that level range lows, because it had a huge pocket on the way down. We know we wanted the short. We simply just didn't get the execution and the entry. And that's okay, because for every short, there is a long, and for every long, there is a short. If you're a day trader, right? And again, I've talked about this to death on this channel, but you need to basically identify yourself and understand who and what you are as a trader. I see a lot of traders out there trading news-based plays, fundamental plays, technical plays, scanner plays. Like, what type of fucking trader are you? That's why your results are all over the place, is because you're so inconsistent with drilling things down. Get good at one thing. And that's what I did. So I've been trading now for over a decade, doing the exact same thing, day in and day out, and I've never deviated from it. Never. You can watch videos back from 2017 on YouTube, and that's what, 8 years ago. And it is now, sure, the strategy is evolved and it has become refined, but overall, it has always been the same. It is very simple technical support and resistance, like technical analysis 101. That's it. That's all I trade. Now, sure, there are other tools in my toolbox where I can take more advanced trades than that, but the bulk of my money made each and every year is based off of very simple technical support and resistance trading. And that's it. I don't get fancy with it. The ones that get fancy with it and they have a bunch of stupid fucking indicators on their charts, I guarantee they are full of shit, because there isn't a single legitimate professional trader out there that has a convoluted and complex strategy. It doesn't work. The stock market will not work that way for a retail trader. It just won't, because we need to basically follow where the smart money, the institutions, are putting their money, especially when you're trading stocks like this. So where are they buying their stocks? Well, at support, at a valid support level. Where are they selling? They're selling into resistance as targets. They're professionals. They have to follow the rules. Professionals will always follow the rules. They have to. That's why they're professional. I know it's almost like doesn't need to be said, but it does, because when it comes to trading, there seems to be a really wild and strange disconnect when it comes to this shit. But this is a very simple trade. It is going long into the 20 SMA on the daily. So why is the 20 SMA on the daily so important? The 20 SMA is a super valid level. It's what I consider a super valid level, especially upon first test. So when it first tests it, this is more of a secondary test, but you will have swing traders, right? So the 20 SMA, what it's actually used for, you'll have that where people will finally get a fair price to add into their swing trading positions or their longer term hold positions. Okay, they'll use these moving averages as a guide, because that is the average price over 20 periods. So that's 20, might as well call it 20 days on the daily chart, where that is the most fair price. So once it triggers at that, especially the first test, now this is the second test, that's why it ended up selling off more. And I even said that in chat. I said, overall, this will probably break that and it's going to come lower because this is the secondary test. That's where swing traders buy the dip in order to make new all-time highs or high of range. That's where they will add into their positions and continue to work that trade until they get stopped out on the rest. That is a very basic bitch swing trading strategy. It's part of a strategy. So if you know that, and you know that there's not only going to be retail swing traders and investors, but also institutional investors and swing traders and traders using that 20 SMA, you will get a bounce there. Now, was I expecting it all the way back up to morning highs? No, not necessarily. I was actually expecting it to come up and test the moving averages right in here. And that was it. That was my main target. You're going to see me enter into the 20 SMA. And when it pulls back and confirms, when it gives me that true confirmation, I am laying the boots to it. This is a pressure trade. There's a lot of size in this because I know these charts. I know what moves markets and why these markets and charts do what they do. That's through education and knowledge. When you actually understand something, it's like learning a language, right? Like, let's say you are not fluent and you got dropped off in the middle of fucking Zimbabwe. And you go there and you don't speak the language at all, right? You're going to be lost. And that is a brand new to trading trader. Okay. So now you're in country for a couple of months, a few months, 6 months. You start picking up on the language, don't you? Now, if you're there for a decade, guess what? You're pretty fucking fluent, aren't you? And that's the exact same thing. This is nothing but reading a language, reading pages in a book. That's all it is. It's just understanding. And when you understand these things, you can then put pressure, apply size to it. See, a lot of people will apply pressure into like bullshit trades, and then they wonder why they well, it's like, why are my losses always bigger than my wins? Because you're not sizing appropriately into the actual trade. Most trades we require quarter to half size positions. The majority of trades require quarter to half size positions. But everybody wants to size into every single fucking trade because they're treating it like it's on some sort of fucking equal playing field. And it isn't. It's not at all. There are only very few trades. Well, I shouldn't say few, but we'll call it, for the sake of argument, few trades out there where you pressure in because the odds of success are huge and you understand why there will be movement at that particular support or resistance, that technical level. This isn't difficult. None of this is difficult. It really isn't. It's just a matter of getting your shit together and working with someone that can teach you how this actually moves and works, instead of having some wild idea of it because you're putting puzzle pieces together, watching a million different fucking YouTubers, because that's what they are. The majority of people on YouTube, they are YouTubers. They are not traders. They produce content. That's what they produce. My videos are not content. This is education designed to help you guys get over these hurdles. So hopefully people are watching and paying attention, because I'm not doing these videos for the sake of me. I want to see people succeed out there. I'm one of the rare people out there that actually wants to see people fucking succeed. I don't want to see people fail. I want to see them succeed, and I want to see them basically map out and then live their desired life, because it's completely possible. This shit isn't as hard as people make it out to be. What makes it hard is this: you're making it hard on yourself because you're overthinking it, or you're not taking the time to learn how to read. And I've asked people this: do you know how to read? And they look at me fucking sideways like I'm from fucking Mars. And it's like, well, obviously I'm talking about trading. Do you know how to read these charts? And the answer is no. Most people don't. Now, if you're trained, you'll start to pick up on it. And just like I said, being dropped off in Zimbabwe for fucking a decade, you will become fluent. That's how long it takes to do what I do. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make money as a trader before that timeline. But in order to do what I do, I make this shit look easy. And that's why, because I've been doing this a long time. And I've taken the time to treat this as a career, not a job, a career. I give a shit about everything I do on these charts. Every single trade that I take, I want to make sure that I am trading my best, not to make money, because I know that the process, money is a byproduct of trading properly and following the process. I know that that byproduct will come. I understand that. And that's what you need to do. You need to understand that if you just do things right, the money will come. So stop being a greedy motherfucker and stop trying to make money on every single fucking trade that you take, because you will absolutely fail. You will fucking crash and burn. You are doomed. And I say this shit over and over and over again on these recaps and in my other videos as well. But for whatever reason, some people just have this disconnect with trading and they don't want to believe it. Stop being greedy. Start applying the process. There's no secret sauce to this, guys. There isn't. This shit's easy if you apply yourself. If you actually want to make this about more than just trying to make money. There's a million different ways out there that you can go make money. If all you care about to make money, go show your fucking sack on OnlyFans. Like, if you want just money, go fucking do that. Like, if that's all you want out of something, go spread your legs on fucking OnlyFans and go be a whore. Like, or do you want to do something bigger and actually learn and apply a skill set that you can do every single day? And it becomes a game and a battle and a competition, not only between you and yourself, but between you and the fucking suits, those suit dummies. The motherfuckers that are inside of these institutions that think they're better than all of us. And when you get good at reading these charts, you know exactly what they're up to. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen within the next 6 moves on any given day. And that's why, because I see their moves, because I read the language of the chart. It's telling you exactly what it's going to do. So if you want to come learn how to do this and learn from someone that can actually teach you how to do this, because those are 2 different things, come to tricktrades.com, because I can get you there. And if not, enjoy the free shit and chase your tail for the next fucking 10 years. But that's up to you. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Good chat, folks. Have a great evening. Adios.